Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. We're back in X-Plane flying the ToLiSs A330-900 NEO, and today's flight will take us about 7 hours and 20 minutes. This is my first video since the new PC. In case I haven't made a video about my new PC yet, well, specs are in the description if you guys want specific data or even more specific component details. They're in the About Me tab or in the channel info tab, so you guys can check those out there. Basically 9800 X3D, 64 gigs of RAM at 6000 megahertz, as well as the RTX 5090 running at 4K. And next thing, I can, with this combination of hardware, I can max it out at 4K. Pretty much, you can see here. Let's go to graphics. Everything's set to maximum, pretty much, except for anti-aliasing. That's not too much needed in 4K. And yep, I'm getting pretty much 60 FPS almost everywhere. The only exceptions are obviously things like airports like Los Angeles, New York, things like that, with AI traffic enabled. With about 60 to 70% AI traffic maxed out in New York, with map enhancement, with X-Roll 3 installed, all that good jazz, I get about 40 FPS average in all of those super dense airports, which is pretty astonishing. Here I'm currently getting, I don't know what I'm getting here, but all I know is that because I have it capped at 60, I am getting those 60 FPS in all scenarios. If I do have to put a little disclaimer, if the video does seem choppy, like kind of does right now a little bit here, but it's pan around like here. I think here was smooth, right? Here's smooth. This is how it looks like. It looks even smoother than this than in the video the entire time. So if it's choppy in the video, that's because of the video. I'm trying to figure out why that is the case. I don't think it has to do with my capture card, because when I check the Elgato software, it looks just as smooth as my gameplay. So I think it's something with OBS. Maybe I'm recording with too much bandwidth, but I'm not getting any drop frames, so as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out for a long time, so sorry I didn't figure it out yet. But I'm still looking at it. So if the video ever seems choppy, if there is a big stutter, you'll hear me talk about it. I'll be like, oh, stutter. But otherwise it's super smooth here. So as long as the video is not too choppy, obviously I will release it. If it does end up being too choppy, this video will obviously be scrapped, so you won't even see it in the first place. I'm talking to myself right now. Alright, so let's go and get the show on the road, right? The master's off. Oh, by the way, before we do that, again, like I said, everything maxed out. We're running X-Roll 3 and map enhancement. I am using the Pro edition of map enhancement, and I'm using the Apple maps for it, and high quality. There's medium quality, low quality, and high. I'm using high quality, so I'm using the highest quality here. And I mean, this just looks stunning. It really does. Obviously, it's not as perfect as MSFS can be. The only thing I like about this is that I will never have issues with the ortho being low res, it is in MSFS for most times, especially when you're at cruise. They just look terrible, and you don't have issues with buildings turning into mush in MS, like you do in MSFS. So that's what I like so much about this method of doing scenery. But of course, that's not how MSFS rolls. I could probably use map enhancement for MSFS as well to improve the quality of the ground textures of the ortho. I could probably do that, but that would cost me another 40 bucks, and I already paid 40 bucks for the yearly version of X-Plane, so we shall see. Hopefully Asobo gets it fixed indefinitely soon with those issues. But yeah, that's basically what I'm rocking. So, master switched off, most like normal. Weather radar off, predictive winter system off. Gear down, wipers off, batteries at least 25.5. Checked. 1, 2, 3. I'm also rocking the Mango Sounds. My first Soundpack from them. It's the best one out there for the 330 NEO at the moment, as far as I know. So That's all I had. That's all I could find. Alright, AP fire test. I don't like that Mango has changed the GBWS sounds. Let me see if I can change that. Doesn't look like it. That's a bit unfortunate because I don't like them at all. The one from ToLiSs are more realistic. Steers, nav light on. Do a car's initialization. We can do that down here. Aircraft type. We'll go to init. We'll verify that at all uplinks. There it goes. That's correct. We can go to weather and ADD-ONS. We'll do a meta request. There it prints. No put to left side. And their preliminary performance. Determination 1013 set once, twice, 3 times. We'll go over to takeoff performance. We'll reset this 171013 dry off. Standard auto off. And our estimated takeoff weight today is 233.1. So let's go. Compute. 1 plus F 5064 with stop margin of 118 is checked, so 164, 164, 166 up 2.8. Green out 246 and takeoff limit. Takeoff weight limit is 233.1. Sorry, 251 is checked within limits. For landing, we're also going to check the same thing. We're going to go to reset. Wait, 18 it just changed. We'll have to see what the real world does. I can actually check one sec. They're currently doing runway 18 it looks like. And we expect a landing weight of 191 exactly. Compute. So that's with low. We'll do reverse off. And that should be good. A good stop margin as well. Nice landing performance 251 to 9191 is checked. Status okay. Alright. So that is also checked. With that, I'm happy to request the fuel that we need. We don't have anything broken that would require extra fuel. Today's fuel is 64.5. I'll request refuel. And then cargo we have is, I believe, 0, and we're max passengers. Yep, cargo is 0. And passengers, we are the full amount, which is 375. Perfect. Refueling is underway. Alright, before walk around, oxygen pressure is checked, hydraulic quantities are checked, engine oil quantities are sufficient. Flaps up, indication agrees, spoilers disarmed, parking brake set, acupressure is sufficient. And first off, we'll do the walk around, and I'll do the pre-flight procedures. So let's go and get this show on the road. I wouldn't expect this light to illuminate. That looks good. That's correct. Everything else here looks good. I would set this up as per we normally do with ACP3, which is just PA, but it's linked to all of this as well, so it makes no sense to do so. Test works, no lights, resets are all pushed in. All the lights are normal, no lights, which is checked. We'll continue with the ECAM. That's all good. UTC time is checked and correct. Date is also checked and correct, set to GPS. The rest all looks good as well. Head down here, 122.8 is good. Let's set VHF1. Let's go never mind, yep, VHF1, cabin. That's all good. Auto for calibrate. This is fine, not simulated. Normal, everything looks good here. That's good to go. That's checked. And set this to above. Standby, 1, and on is checked. Let's go ahead and continue with the FMGC. Our ground temp is 18. Minus 42, the rest checks out. We'll go to flight plan. And we're expecting runway, looks like 02. It is indeed 02. Runway 02. Bebop 1 X-ray. None. Insert. I don't like how low res this is. That's something I wish ToLiSs would change. This page, let's go RNAV 3, NSAT 2 Charlie. Ooh, route. Insert. These step climbs should all already be inserted because ToLiSs does this for you, which I don't like, but that's how it is. Go to fix information. So flight plan. We'll also go to alternate flight plan. Departure 36. Gira to Alpha. Mexar. Insert. And then ILS 12. No star. No via. No trans. Insert. So flight plan time 7:13 is about right. Distance 3223 is about right. Extra fuel on board 23.6 is also about right, which is checked. Okay, nothing we need to insert in here. Wind request. Next page, we're expecting a 0 fuel weight of 169, I believe is correct. Yep, that's fine. 64.5 is check. Trip 41, that's about right. So 0.5%, 30 minutes. Alternate is going to be 3. Alright, performance. Flaps 1. 1840. 1840, I believe it is an NADP1, so we'll check here in a moment. 1900. Flex 50. And then 64, 64, 66. Nope, it's an NADP2, so that's fine. Alright. No D-rate simulated, so nothing we can insert here. I'm not sure if the NEO has D-rate anyways. I'm not certain. Cruise, optimum recommended max 02 is checked. This should not be here. It should disappear as soon as we are aligned in GPS mode. Secondary copy. You don't have to insert things in the secondary. .25, 1 minute right turn is checked. Funny enough, they don't make you insert a hold, but that's actually what you would need to insert in the secondary flight plan. They've got it a little bit reversed, although it does look different than what the active flight plan would be like with the inserting holds. Also, the init page disappears, which should not happen, and it does not copy the data here properly. It's missing V speeds and everything. It did copy this data here, which is interesting, but the rest it didn't for some reason. I don't know why. That could be correct. Winds, and I'm not sure why it's saying final approach or FLS because it looks like it's referring to the active flight plan, which is incorrect. So, yeah, that's correct, but the secondary is an ILS. Secondary flight plan is an ILS, so the secondary performance should also refer to an ILS, but it's not, so that's incorrect. Alright, init page, that's checked. We'll wait until boarding is completed. Constraints 10, VOR, initial climb is 10,000.
Lisbon traffic on final 02, 5 miles out.
The oxygen test is not simulated, so we'll close the hatch. Climb nav reflectors 1 and 2 with 10,000. Rough level 100. The rest checks out here. Everything looks good. Loudspeaker will set to 1 o'clock position. And the rest looks good here as well. Okay, the table is incorrectly animated. It would not cover the entire display. It would only cover like this much. So you should still be able to see the displays, even with this extended. So I don't like that. Pressurization will check. 330 is about correct status. It's normal, so the aircraft is in a good condition, and nothing broke in the time that we prepped the airplane. So with that, we'll wait for fueling to properly complete, boarding to complete, and then we'll get going. What we can actually do as well, what we should do is we'll go to active, we'll stow this, and we'll verify the flight plan.
Lisbon traffic at Portugal 1558 and final.
Alright. So, EVA 1 X-ray to BVAP, direct Barak. Yeah, okay, it's doing some weird stuff here. That's all weird stuff, so I don't know what's doing there. And then we're gonna go to data, equitime point, because we do have ETOPS. What we're gonna do is we're gonna insert our ETOPS. So, depending on the airline, some airlines do it differently. Some airlines also calculate an ETOPS in case of decompression. And that is what you would insert in the fixed info page, because the equitime point does not do that. It only considers normal cruise. So what do we need to do? We're just gonna do what. So we're gonna go ETP 01. Some airlines, what they do, you know what, we can go ahead and do so, is they put in, actually no, it's not gonna work. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm gonna do ETP. So equitime 0.01, this is our custom one from the flight plan. Ah, that's right, it doesn't work. That's actually correct, that's correctly simulated. I think ToLiSs are the only one that does that. You cannot put in custom waypoints, or you cannot create custom waypoints in the fixed information page. It will give you nav data, or not in the database. You have to create them either through the flight plan page or through the pilot waypoints. That's actually correct. So good job on that for ToLiSs, or to ToLiSs for doing that. So we're gonna go ETP 01. Echo. So we're doing. One thing that ToLiSs does not do correctly, however, when putting in a lat long, the real FMGC, you can put in the coordinates like north, west, east, south. You can put in direction in any order. So I could technically put in north and then the coordinates slash and the coordinates and west, for example. I can mix them up. Whereas in ToLiSs, you have to put in the direction in the last spot. Otherwise, it gives you a format error, which is incorrect. That's one thing that's incorrect. So we need to keep that in mind. So our coordinates are 017.2 north and 03008.2 west. Oops. Insert store. Go to flight plan, fix info. I'm gonna put in ETP01. Okay. And then we'll put a 20 nautical mile radius around it. Next, we'll go to what I also like putting in is the entry and the exit points. It's not necessary, but I like doing that just so I know when I'm in the ETOPS range. We'll go back to data, pilot waypoints, and we'll put in a new waypoint. We're going to put in entry, ENT, is what I normally do, 01, entry 1. 1009.6 north, 026, 06.3 west, store, and we'll do exit, 0145.7 south, 03128.8 west. Insert store. We'll go back to flight plan, fixed info. What I'm going to do is actually going to put in ENT01 first. Or no, next. There we go. Put a 20 nautical mile radius around it as well. And then EXT01. Put a 20 mile radius around that as well. Then we go to equitime point, and we're going to put in our, ETOPS alternates. And then we're going to request that data as well here. So we can actually put in the correct winds. So GOOY, FHAW, Matar. I'm going to delete this one. Move this back here. Let's check the weather. So 350.14. And then FHAW 140.14. And so equitime point is inserted as well. Alright, we would also, of course, check or deselect any nav aids that were in our NOTAMs. Nope, nothing to deselect, which is checked. Alright, so we've done this. And so again, now we're just waiting for boarding to complete and all that good jazz, and then we'll see you shortly. So let's go ahead and do the cockpit preparation checklist. Your pins and covers removed, fuel quantity of 65 tons and balanced. Seatbelts are on. The DEERS are nav and 0, which is checked. And barrel ref 10137 set once, twice, 3 times, and within 35 feet, which is checked. Alright, so boarding completed. We're almost ready for push. So we're going to go and start with the master switch to on. Fuel pumps can come on as well. Wait for the flap to open. Perfect. That's correct. 172. Flash 27.5 is already in. 64.5, which is checked. Two 248 is checked. Flex 48. Um, 67, 67, 68. That's 0.9. Service auto parking brake set. Egg pressure is in the green. We'll go and close the cockpit door and lock it. The rest is checked. We'll set the beacon on here momentarily. Our beacon coming on.
Connected in bypass spinning.
First, our checklist.
Release parking brake.
Parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrusts are set. 67, 67, 68, flexing 48 degrees. Windows closed. Closed beacon on. Check is completed.
1938 via outbound Michael Jordan. I runway clear to Lisbon traffic.
Lisbon traffic pushing back, facing south.
Starting pushback. You may start the engines.
position. And starting number 1. Starting 2. Signal given. After start checklist. Anti-ice off. Cam status checked. Pitch trim is set. And the rudder trim is neutral. Anti-ice coming on. Lineup checklist, runway 02 confirmed. TCAS TARA packs 1 and 2 off. Cabin has been advised. Cabin crew is for departure. And take off. And flights 48 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Thrust is set. knots. Rotate. Fog radius going up. Nav. Climb, low thrust, pack 1.
2000.
What? No, that should not happen. We're in the wrong phase. Alright, auto flap retraction. There it goes. Pack 2. Alright, above the S speed. Left 0. Alright, so we are just reaching our top of descent here, and so let's go ahead and plan for it. So first the weather, go to weather at our request. In fact, let me just connect back to Vatsim. We're now considering runway 36. Okay, that's checked. And we're going to check our EM status. We do have a status. There was a failure along the way, which was the fuel pump, right fuel pump 2. Is in off, which is checked, nothing that affects our RNAV capabilities we're doing today. So we've done the procedure, and we were safe to continue without that fuel pump. Before the RNAV approach, we're just thinking if there was anything at fault, we would check what it is and verify that it is within the equipment list that we needed in order to safely conduct an RNAV approach. Because nothing else is, nothing nav related is broken, we can continue. Also check GPS primary availability, which is checked, it's also very high, so I'm happy with that. We'll calculate the data here, so the runway 3680 at 731 degrees, okay, we'll keep that in mind. 111 dry, looks like it is. Anti-ice will be off. Anyway, 194 is about right. Landing config full, air conditioning on, brake mode, go low and off. It is overweight. It looks like we have enough margin to do this. It has to probably do with the in and out go around gradient. And max landing weight performance is 251, so I'm not sure why it says overweight. I would not expect that. With 10 miles. Bad nav. Anything required? Nope. And we just deselected anything that was in the NOTAMs, which was nothing, so no VORs that are unreliable. SBRF 36, of course, and the rest checks out. 187. 210, 213, okay, that checks out as well. That. Okay. Auto brake low, no roll ROPS installed, otherwise we would set dry. Is there anything else we need to do? Go and set below. Repair. I believe we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to check our first restriction. Just flight level 100. Let's go and pre-select that if there's no ADC online. So that is also checked.
$2,500. $1,000. $500.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. Retard. 10. 5.
Manual braking. Even rolled back. Crazy. Alright, so we left the flaps extended to 1 because of the 31 degrees that we planned with. It says 30 now, but we're planning with 31, so we're just, for safety we're keeping it at 1 plus F. Parking checklist, parking breaker chock set, engines off, wing lights off, fuel pumps off, and that is the parking checklist complete. Beautiful. So with this flight complete, the landing rate was -11 according to Sim Toolkit Pro, which is beautiful. If you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video. Until then, peace.